Hello, this is Daniel from Sandan's Couch. Sony keeps making the PlayStation 5 ecosystem better and better, and today I'm going to talk about the new PlayStation firmware, which I'm able to test in its preview state, and it will be released to the general public very soon. Let me show you two of the main features of this update. So let's get straight to it and install the new firmware. Here I am claiming and installing the new firmware. If you got invited to the preview, you can redeem it straight in the eShop and then get it from the settings menu of the PlayStation 5. The update doesn't take very long and is followed by rebuilding the database. The new firmware comes with two great new features. The first one is a power save mode. The power save mode is a new feature that throttles down your PS5 for games that don't need the full power of the console. This way the game can run like always, while also saving you some money as the PS5 is consuming less power. This is probably a mode that mainly indie games and more simple 2D games are going to use. So don't expect this feature to show up on a big AAA title. But if you're playing some more cozy and simple graphics focused games, this can come in handy. When you go into system settings, into the new power saver mode, once games support this feature, they will be listed right here, and you won't have to wonder which games you own support this feature. The second and even more exciting feature is that the DualSense and the DualSense Edge can now remember 4 different Bluetooth devices. That means you can sync up your DualSense controller to your PS5 and your iPhone, for example, and the controller will remember both. You can even swap between the devices without having to power down the controller. But let me show you how this works. First, the DualSense needs to undergo a firmware update as well, which happens automatically as soon as you turn on your controller. Once the controller is updated and restarted, we are ready to sync up a new device to our DualSense. How saving and controlling 4 slots of a Bluetooth device works is that each of the 4 main buttons of the controller are mapped to a slot. The triangle button represents the slot where the PS5 system is assigned to. And now I'm going to assign the circle button to my SteamDeck. To pair a new device, I'm pressing the PlayStation button together with the button I want to assign the SteamDeck to, which is the circle button. You have to do this over 5 seconds, and then the light bar flashes together with the player indicator LEDs. Now I'm going into the system settings of the SteamDeck and pair up my DualSense Edge controller. My DualSense is paired now, and I can control my SteamDeck. Now, by pressing the PlayStation button and the triangle button at the same time for about 3 seconds, I can switch over to my PlayStation 5, which I have running in the background, and control it without having to pair it up again. And just to make sure it works, I switch back to my SteamDeck by pressing the PlayStation button and the circle button. How about a phone? Here I am with my iPhone 16e. I want to map it onto the square button. So I'm going into pairing mode by pressing the PlayStation button plus the square button for over 5 seconds. I'm adding the DualSense to my iPhone in the system settings, and it is ready to go. The DualSense glows orange now. I'm starting a game which instantly picks up on my controller inputs. And again, I can just switch right back to my PS5 by pressing the PlayStation and triangle button, and I can go back to my iPhone again by pressing the PlayStation and the square button. Altogether, you can do this with up to 4 devices. A really nice feature, and together with the forthcoming support for energy saving in games, this is a great update, making the PlayStation ecosystem even better. That's it from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel if you would like to see more of my videos, cool tech reviews and games. It really helps me to make more content for you in the future. Until then, I will see you next time on SteamDeck's Couch.
SteamDeck's Couch. Welcome to SteamDeck.